So another thing that came out today, well, not today, I guess it came out yesterday. Trump is attacking the EPA. He's essentially ripped his heart out for the most part. The Trump administration has instituted a media blackout at the EPA and barred staff from awarding any new contracts or grants. This has essentially eliminated all communications and it stopped them from pretty much doing anything. It is effectively neutered. He is on this energy kick and he is going to rape the country blind. And climate change is not an issue because to him, there is no climate change. And what does he care? He's Donald Trump. He's going to be dead in a few years and he only cares about himself. So, on the day he did this, NASA released footage of changes around the planet due to the climate change that Donald Trump does not believe in. They also released this video. This video goes back from 1880 to now. So it goes to now because 2016 was the hottest year on record, as in the previous years before it. Well, the majority of the previous years before it. I think it was like 1 year that was off. That's a big fucking difference. Look, I know it's inconvenient for Donald Trump. But being inconvenient doesn't make it wrong. I mean, it takes a willful ignorance to look at that and say, even if you don't want to say people did it, at the very least, look, every year, scientists put out these reports. And the report started off pretty conservative. Oh, yeah, this looks bad. We need to make a change, this or that. Each year, the reports get progressively hair on fires, where these guys at this point are, no, this looks bad. This looks extremely bad. It looks progressively worse than we realize. I've heard some guys talking about the jet stream shutting down. I mean, this is one of those things where they're seeing tangible changes and they're speeding up their deadlines. Yeah, this is bad. I mean, look, if Hillary Clinton had won the election, what would Hillary Clinton have done? Nothing. Now, or you can make the case, so you make the argument, well, it doesn't matter that somebody believes in climate change if they're not necessarily going to do what it takes to actually try to prevent it. Or at the very least head it off. I would make the case that it doesn't really matter anymore because I think it's already too late. Or at the very least it's too late to stop the major changes. Yeah, I would prefer somebody not put their foot on the gas, which is what this guy is going to do. But if you're going to hit a rock at 80 miles an hour, or if you're going to hit it at 50 miles an hour, still hitting a rock at 50 miles an hour. My point is, if Democrats are not going to do anything about it, who gives a shit if they believe in it? That's what I'm saying. I mean, I guess look, it looks really bad, and it is really bad. Look, I'll take a controversial point of view on this. Democrats, at some point, are going to have to realize that what they're fighting against is not a new policy, it's not a new department of government. It's almost as if they're like a fish that doesn't realize they're in water. Your issue is with the system itself. The problem is capitalism. And I know that's like, well, dude, how are you talking about climate and you're switching to capitalism? Because they're the same fucking thing. All of those things are, you're private enterprise. And as a private enterprise, you say, all right, my job is to make as much profit and as much money as I can possibly make. Great, you're a good capitalist. And you go out and you say, oh, look, I found a way where I can extract energy from the ground. That's great. And you're a capitalist, you get a bunch of money, and you extract that energy from the ground. Good job. You find out back in 1950 something, I believe, that what you're doing is going to cause problems with the climate around the globe. And you bury that study because you don't like what those scientists told you. And as time goes on, the things that those scientists told you was absolutely correct. But it was inconvenient to you because you had to make your profits. You, as a private entity, needed to make as much profit as you could possibly make. As you made that profit, you were fucking over the rest of the planet. But again, your job was to make profit. That was your highest aspiration and your highest goal. And you made that profit for the people who you were going for. What's the problem with that picture? That is a problematic picture. They have in their vested interest to acquire profit. The rest of the world did not matter. That's a problem. That's an issue. I mean, you could be a capitalist all you want, but if you look at that model, that is a problem. And that's essentially the model that we have. These companies have a vested interest in trying to acquire as much profit as possible, which means they need to get as much energy as possible. They don't care about this stuff. In fact, this stuff is a hindrance to them making a profit. That's a problem. That system kills itself. It's eating itself. That's why I'm making this kind of point of saying Democrats need to kind of go a little bit further beyond, oh, we need a social program. The world is at stake. It's like these guys are making the case and saying, look, guys, the planet is about to heat up and burn down. We need to do something. The scientists are putting these reports out, one after the other. NASA is putting out one report after another. And Trump is like, yeah, just pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I don't know what we can do at this point to head off climate change. I honestly don't. In 4 years, or right now, whether it was Hillary or Trump, I have no clue what they could do. If they could have did anything. Do I think Hillary would have did anything? No. She was selling fracking around the world, and fracking is absolutely horrible. The methane is worse than... and this is bad, and it will be bad for 4 years. So, the EPA has its balls ripped from out of them. If there was a way to resist, this would be the time to do it. And what I mean is it possible for the EPA to do what the EPA does without necessarily the funding from the federal government? Meaning, can they still do their jobs and put the information out in a different way? I don't know. I would love to see how that's going to turn out. But officially, they've been neutered. Alright guys, thanks.